Hey guys and gals, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. Also, make sure you turn on your notifications on your subscription so you see our new content when we post it. Thanks for subscribing. Hello everybody, welcome back to MTG Dungeon. Today's match is Affinity versus Grixis Death Shadow. Here with commentator Ben.
Hi!
So, I know Death Shadow is being piloted by Liam. I'm not entirely sure who's running Affinity.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
Hey, there he is. He poked his head in the slot.
hey, we should have guessed by that tattoo on the arm.
Or his backpack. That's how you identify nerds. It's their backpack.
So, in previous matches, I think we've.
Hooray!
They'll learn eventually.
No. I'm hoping. No.
In previous matches, game one, I feel Affinity has the advantage. Because Death Shadow relies on critting itself so much.
Affinity does not get to play, so that is a big help for
That is. I know the Grixis Death Shadow list isn't running Colgan's commands in the main board anymore. They chose to run Misha's Wobble over that.
Interesting. I wonder why.
So Misha's Wobble, you can stack your draws a little bit with fetch lands. So you can look at the top, like, I don't want that card fetched. Go get a mystery card.
So I guess they're thinking run technically fewer cards instead of playing a value game.
Yeah. It's like Grixis is mulliganing, but I mean, it looks like a bunch of land, a Snapcaster, and maybe a Bolt. Which, I mean, if you know you're up against Affinity, that is obviously a hand you cannot keep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Affinity's mulligan as well, so that does help. I feel the mulligan process with both decks, though, is that if they mulligan down to 5, if they just have an explosive enough hand, like if those 5 cards are just like, hey, like with Affinity, if it's like Mox, Sigil Pest, Land, Springleaf Drum, and like a Cranial Plate, and it's like, alright, let's off to the races, let's go.
Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty good. Or just be my opponent one day and top deck 3 cranial platings. Or 2 cranial platings.
No.
Have one in the opener. Hit me in the face with that screwed a lot.
Ooh. Death Shadow going down to,
Cinco.
Yep.
That's not great.
No.
Knock the deck for good luck.
Heart of the cards, Yugi. That's the right game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the one that's like Liam's best version of He's not sure if it resolves. Okay, it got countered.
Yep, and he's looking at his opponents. Oh, I know. Thoughtseize. I feel like we take the cranial plating.
What?
Or the
What?
So, it was cranial plating, or it's the I can't think of his name. Edge Champion. Thank you.
It's the Edge Champion. I personally think it's the right pick.
Yeah, if he sticks it, you just don't have a good way to deal with it.
But that whole hand comes out next turn.
It's true.
So, yeah. He's more able to deal with the creatures than he is the creature that can't be targeted.
Does he have a fatal?
Yeah.
You have the Dismember. What, a Grimag?
I think it's a fatal question. It's a dismember. That's a lot of life.
I mean,
Death Shadow's fine with that though. He's like, hey, here's a 9/9 Death Shadow double strike. Yay! They did it.
I had a conversation with Liam, and he said that I will never not play Thought Season Modern. And then I equated it to Force of Will. Like, Force of Will is legacy, is Thought Season Modern. That's how you feel about it? Yes, absolutely.
Alright, well, looks like we're gonna have a good old fashioned damage race.
Yes, sir.
I need to get a cattle prod for Liam so stop putting his lands up front.
Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I mean, he has Liam on a 2-turn clock. Liam needs a removal spell of some kind. Which, yep, alright, Thoughtseize, Death Shadow's not going to do it.
Nope. It's hard to win against one. Yeah. with the Gurmega, dude. We're already behind.
Get flight. What? Just happened?
Spectral Flight. Jump!
He's a zombie. What? He's a ghost zombie now. It's fine.
Perfect. That's all spirits are. Ghost zombies.
So, out of the board, out of the shadows, bringing in just more low to ground removal bolts, fatal pushes, the few Kolaghan's commands that they run.
What are they taking out? Looks like a Gurmag Angler at least. See some red cards.
It looks like I think the team of battle rages come out,
Yeah.
or at least one of them does, which I should have a few.
So he's all in. Is that what most of the Death Shadow decks are doing? Or more all in on the team battle rage plan?
So for game one, because it's just one of those like surprise, gotcha cards. And then in games 2 and 3, obviously it's less of a gotcha card to opponent than expected, and then obviously make correct blocks to see, you can't just kill them and they look you and crack that kind of thing.
Listen, start in game 1, get them in game 2, play less copies so that because they're going to respect it.
Yeah. Looks like some Faithless, Teamer Battle Rage.
What is the affinity player doing?
Trying to see.
Well, I mean, what should they be doing?
So,
Are they just trying to be just even faster? Or are there other cards that they can play to get around?
so they're going to bring in, if they're not already running their 4th Galvanic class, they're bringing a 4th Galvanic class. Blood Moons will typically come as well, because the Grixis mana base is...
So we got Rest in Peace.
Rest in Peace is also going because if you can't have any evasion going, taking away their 1 mana Gurmag Anglers or 1 mana Tassivers is always a good thing as well. Also, it shuts off Snapcaster. Snapcaster value. Right. The possibility of welding jars from the affinity player as well. Just to, fortunately I have multiple removal spells. Right. While I have this thing equipped to a cranial plating also seems very good.
You know, it's been brought up a lot, but I just think I'll still bring it up. It's kind of fun. Affinity doesn't really have affinity.
If Affinity if Affinity got the artifact lands, it could run Affinity, I'm pretty sure we would all just cry.
Yeah.
Oh, your whole hand is empty and you have 12 power on the board turn 1. That's nice.
Very nice.
I'll path one of the creatures to kill.
I'll go get my basic land I didn't play.
I mean, for those of you Pauper players, you know how bad Affinity is in just Pauper. Imagine getting some of the uncommons, and just imagine getting cranial plating into that format. So it's like land dismember, snapcaster.
We got a mole from the affinity. Mm-hmm. It looks like a key from the non-affinity deck.
Oh, Grim Lava Masters. That's another good sideboard card to bring in against Affinity.
Yes, sir. You gotta attack those namelands somehow.
Well, not only that, it's just most of the things starting out only have a 2 or less.
Do that.
Yeah, I don't think anything actually has that. The higher button 2 starting out. Like, I mean, the Master, depending on how many artifacts you have, could start out more than 2, but I don't think that's the one you're concerned about.
No.
It's usually like Ravager and Steel Overseer, Sicklemouse, and then Lifelink one.
Oh,
Most good.
I know that some lists were playing around with the one of Azure Fervent. I don't know if that's something that a lot of people are doing or not.
A lot of them has actually switched to the Karn over the Hazard as the one of, which makes a little more sense because like the minus is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, like, see this XX? It's a 6/6. I could do it again next turn. It would be a 7/7.
Did you keep any of your cards?
I did not. I got rid of them when they were at 65 because I felt he was not going to hold that price tag. Yay! So proud of you. It only took 1 game. And so, I mean, can Sloth turn 1 rest in peace? Because if you can, then that really makes that Grimlock Mensa real bad.
So we just got a pretty weak opening from the Affinity player, but you know,
only two permanents on the board.
Permanents. That's all right. You don't have to go.
Oh, you tapped the Lava Mensa to cast the Thought Scours because it's used to having lines up front. Like a bad Magic player.
No, it's an excellent Magic player. What are you talking about?
Don't encourage it.
I'm going to encourage it. In that sentence you just told me, you said encouragement.
There was a keyword that you missed.
I didn't miss it. I just ignored it.
Fair. So, man, that... I don't know... he has a Dismember in hand, right?
He does not have a Dismember in hand.
Well, so I was like, you might want to keep the Lava Mancer up in case... oh, double
Steel Overseer?
Wow.
There you go. Get it. Get it. Seven Braid? Nice.
Yeah.
I play Braid. I play Mainboard. Oh. Because I'm a fool. Don't tell him that.
So I'm pretty sure he's just going to exile 2 cards and go and kill the Overseer because that's probably...
Too much value.
Yeah, so that's probably one of the most powerful cards in that deck.
Too much value.
He brought in a Wear to Tear.
I'm not aware of what he's going to tear.
I'm not either. I'm not
Or
afraid.
where.
I'm not sure what he's afraid of with the Wear Tear.
And he decides not to attack with him. Which I guess is fine.
Which is, when your opponent has a swamp up, you have to be afraid of a Fatal Push. But I think you also want to try and force your opponent. But I think he wants to be able to activate it and also equip the Premium Plating. Ceremonious Rejection is also a really good sideboard against Kennedy.
Heck yeah. Counter virtually every spell in the deck. Forget. I guess maybe like 7% of spells.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to Dismember. They're double checking that. There you go.
Bam!
If you get real close to that Death Shadow, he might Lava Mancer himself to play a Death Shadow.
If he sees one more land, I think he's sitting pretty much perfect.
The Coldest Man in hand seems pretty good. And they're just going to keep one away, and this seems fine too.
Playing into the game plan.
Hey,
Grim Lava Mancer dot kill you.
Yeah. Grim Lava Mancer, tell your board no. Oh.
Okay, this card's not Scour. Last turn. You're fine.
I really want to see like Sloth top draw Karn, and then just like try and cast it and get the Stubborn Denial. Hit extra one if you can't. I think at this point, Liam can start exiling some cards and dealing some damage.
I think he agrees.
He has, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cards in the graveyard currently, so I mean that's at least 4 activations.
He keeps discarding the hand size, so it's only gonna
Right? It's,
become more fuel for the fire.
ooh, that's an Archbound Ravager.
Alright, that was a pretty good draw.
That was a pretty good draw. So he has Dismember and a Bolt, which would.
So he's just going face and basically ignoring.
I think he's gonna try and race him.
That's a pretty good draw too.
And yeah, three man lands on the board.
That one just can make his ink moths bigger as well.
Yeah, well, it all can also contribute to the finger plating count. Or Archbound count. So either one of those seems pretty good.
The only true Nambo is that cranial plating plus sacking all your artifacts start Ravager.
So then he's going to try to instant speed, equip. So then it looks like I'm going to guess remove 2 cards, attempt to kill it. He'll bump it by 1, 2. And then sack. Wait, oh, okay.
I don't know if he. I don't think he pumped it.
He didn't pump it, no. He just sacked it, activated them both, sacked them both to the Archbound. So I think Sloth is trying to figure out how many he wants to do. I'm pretty sure Liam has a second Dismember in hand.
That's lethal. He doesn't have the answer. That's it.
Because he didn't have a second red. I was like, he has a lightning bolt. Yeah, no.
It's rough.
Yeah. Affinity in 2.